Hello everybody, this is Kev and we're back for part 5 of the Legolas playthrough. I have, since yesterday's episode, farmed some large titanite. So I'm pretty much ready to go and upgrade these weapons now. I've got enough souls to upgrade them both. You can see here I've got 18 large titanite shards. I need 9 for each weapon. 1 for the composite bow, 1 for the scimitar. And I also managed to get a slab out of the deal as well, which will come in handy. I don't know if I'm going to use that as a slab to plus 15 a weapon, or whether I'll use it to break down into chunks. Depends how well the chunks fall, I suppose, from dark wraiths and whatnot. But we'll worry about that later. For right now, I've got to go and visit Andre. Get these weapons upgraded. Give me a plus 10 scimitar and a plus 10 composite longbow. So we're going to go out of Blighttown. I can't remember if I've killed off the toxic dart guy. Hopefully I have. If not, then I'll have to try and avoid him, I guess. He's like the one irritation you get coming out of Blighttown. But yeah, once we've been to Andre, we can upgrade weapons. And then come down and give Quelaag a whooping. And then probably go and kill Ceaseless. And then we'll see how we're doing for time. All things going well, I might run up Sen's Fortress as well. And take out the golem. We'll see. And no, the toxic dart guy is absolutely still here. Being as annoying as he usually is. However, I did buy a blooming purple moss clump extra, knowing I was coming down into Blighttown. So, oh, I've actually got 5 of them anyway, so that's cool. I'm happy with that. See you later, mozzies. Okay. This is the way I would normally come into. I mean, we saw at the start of the of this run of episodes, but this is the way I would ordinarily come down to Blighttown, no matter how I was getting down here. I never come in through the front way. The fact that I did it this time was literally down to the fact that I haven't done it in a long time, and I wanted to see if it was still as annoying as it was the first time I did it. And it's not. I know where I'm going now, and I know that I don't need to look around for a lot of items down there because there's not a lot of anything useful. I did miss the eagle shield, but I never use the eagle shield anyway, so that doesn't particularly bother me a great deal. If you're looking for an awesome shield, the eagle shield is pretty good. I know they nerfed it, but it is still pretty good, even though it doesn't have 100% damage reduction anymore. But when it comes to massive shields or shields in general, I tend to just use, by the time I need them usually, I've already got the stone great shield. And if I'm not using the stone great shield, then I'll have something like a silver knight shield or a black knight shield, or hell, I'll even just use a grass crest shield. It's, you know, you got that extra stamina buff. Shields are not something I really use especially often anymore. I might go on a bit of a gathering quest for Firekeeper souls at some point soon. I haven't really done that yet. Oh look, matey's party are all here. Hello. What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Yeah. I don't know if I'll bother doing her side quest when I'm down in the Tomb of the Giants. It's not like I need the miracles. Although if you ever want to play a faith build, I absolutely suggest saving her life in a Tomb of the Giants and then coming back up here to use her as a merchant, because she sells you Wrath of the Gods, the miracle, and that is... well, if you're playing a miracle build, you should absolutely have that flipping spell. Miracle, whatever. Miracle builds are tough to play. I recently did my first miracle build ever, my first faith build. And what I ended up realizing is that you can't, unlike a sorcery build, you can't just play straight miracles. I mean, well, you can, but it's really, really hard, and I don't know why I just rested there. That's really stupid. I'm going to have to run all the way back now. Anyway, yeah, you can't just play miracles very easily, because there aren't that many offensive ones, and the ones that are offensive just aren't that effective until way later in the game. So, the problem you end up with is you tend to end up relying on weapons a lot more. So what I ended up doing was building a strength faith character, not a strength faith character, sorry, a dex faith character. So I just ran through with an Uchigatana, and that was good. But then at that point you might as well just be playing an Uchigatana build. But obviously in a straight up dex build you don't get the opportunity to throw lightning at people, which is really fun. Lightning Spear is one of the more satisfying spells to use in the whole game. And when you get into New Game Plus and you can buy Sunlight Spear, that's even more satisfying. I've got 18,000 souls left. I might as well level up. What were we doing? We were getting dexterity up to 40, weren't we? That was the plan. Have I got any consumables I can use? Don't know if they'd get me high enough. Oh, it's going to be close. I think only 5,000 and something. Let's try that out. No, one more needed. It's alright. I can pop another one. D-pad fail. I haven't tried plugging my PS4 controller into the PC yet, but I bet it's a hell of a lot better D-pad experience than my Xbox 360 controller is. I'll have to try that out at some point properly. Anyway, what are we up to now? Let's head back to Firelink and then down to Blighttown again. And we'll go and fight the spider lady herself, Miss Quelaag. I used to have a massive problem with Quelaag. My first few playthroughs, she was one of the more unreliable bosses for me. I couldn't nail her moveset. I couldn't get it through my head. It was annoying the crap out of me. Quelaag, the gargoyles to an extent, although not so much. Bed of Chaos took me a while to learn, but once you've learned Bed of Chaos, it becomes a lot easier. Nito is another one that, to this day, I still kind of have a problem with. Mainly because I very rarely go to Nito with a divine weapon. I'm going to go and use Firelink Shrine while I'm here, because I want to be able to Homeward Bone out later. But yeah, I very rarely actually upgrade divine weapons, so when I go down to Nito, I always have those skeletons coming at me at the same time as the boss, and that can get irritating. So my counter to that in recent playthroughs has just been to say, look, there's no point trying to use finesse here, just load up with armor. I tend to use either stone armor or Havels, whichever I have at the time. I usually have Havels by then. And yeah, just run in with Havel's, two-hand a massive weapon, and just beat the crap out of Nito up close and personal, and keep healing when I get the chance. His area attacks usually take out the skeletons for me, and at that point he doesn't do quite enough damage to mess me up. But that's really only a legitimate strategy when you're playing a build with mediocre to decent vitality. On my builds where I've gone through with low vitality, it's difficult to pull that same thing off, because he will just annihilate your health really quickly and you end up spending more time healing than fighting. So you do have to try and be a bit more finessey. Is that a word? Finessey? You have to be a bit more finessey with him when you're doing that way. Okay, down to the swamp we go. I don't think I have the red tearstone ring, do I? No, so I won't be red tearstoning. That would have been an option, otherwise. The bow and arrow certainly doesn't do that much damage. Oh, I forgot to pick up the large shard over here. That could have saved me a little bit of farming time earlier. Oh well. Have I got moss on there? No. Okay. I'm certainly not going in poisoned. I'm a little annoyed at myself for not picking up the red tearstone ring. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. Just means I'll have to take a little bit extra time. I'm certainly not summoning in Man-Eater Mildred. I understand why you would summon in Man-Eater Mildred for this fight, because if you don't know all of Quelaag's moves and all of her tells, then having someone there to distract her is invaluable. And honestly, it's how I beat her a lot back in the day. But once you kind of learn her moveset, I still haven't got it nailed 100%, but enough that I can go in there now and not have to buff up her health using Mildred. Oh yeah, this is going to take a while. I might end up switching to a sword at some point, because this could get ridiculous. Oh, I got greedy then. I want to get out of the way here. Ordinarily, I know how to avoid that attack. Ah, cack. I didn't think she was going to do that. The trick with Quelaag is to try and keep her in an area where she hasn't flooded the whole place with lava. Which is difficult, as you can see. Really is taking a while. Maybe I should switch to swords. Oh, stop doing the jump attack. I'm surrounded by lava right now, and this is not... yeah. I was really restricted in my movement then, and then she used that area attack. I was out of stamina. That was just a... that was a big old clusterfuck. And now I've got to run all the way back down there because I did not anticipate dying. Alright, so... options. Strats, as they like to call them in the business of Dark Souls. Didn't even send the lift back up. Great. Right, so I can either go at her with a sword, which is absolutely a viable option, or I can go and fetch the red tearstone ring and hopefully do a little bit more damage with my bow, although I'm not sure how much more damage that's going to... I think the sword's honestly the best option. I'll just, yeah. Switch to the scimitars. Give it the beans. That's the problem with Quelaag, is if you let her survive long enough, she'll start filling that whole floor with lava. And when you're using a bow and arrow, you don't have time like you would do with a melee weapon to hang around at the side of her face, because that's actually kind of an invulnerable spot when she's doing a couple of her attacks. But you don't have the time to hang there, because by the time you pull your arrow out and draw the bow and fire it, she's already turned to the point that you're no longer in the invulnerable spot. So you'll end up getting hit. So if you're going to play ranged, you have to stay ranged, but then you end up with her jumping and throwing lava all over the place. And that just works out not well for everyone, so... You know, lesson learned. Quelaag is a bit of a nightmare if you're playing ranged. There is a method to, if you're accurate enough with it and confident enough with it, which I am not either of those things. But you can free aim at her torso, at her actual human body. And any hit to her human body stuns her. Only temporarily. It's only a quick stun, but it does stun her. And if you're quick enough, you can just hit her one after another, after another, after another, and she will be infinitely stun locked as long as you don't miss. And that's really easy to do with magic in a very specific point in the game. In the map, rather. You can run up to a little glitch area and just sort of hang there and fire spells out. Soul arrows. But with archery it's a little more difficult. I don't think it works in the same spot as it does with soul arrows. So you have to free aim. And I am really not good at quick free aiming. So I am just gonna... use a boss clump. Yeah, I am just gonna use the sword for this. Hopefully it'll be a bit simpler. Yeah, way more damage. There's her area attack. Into a jump. What we got here? Oh, get out. Oh, those hit boxes. I wasn't even in the lava then. Stop spewing lava, you annoying cow. Alright, there we go. That's better. Oh! Oh, I thought she died. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, you could not be more annoying. Alright, I'm finishing you off with a bow. Have some of that. I want my stain. I can't even remember if there was anything on my stain. Maybe some humanity? I don't know where the lava hitbox is though. It should fade away pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, I thought I had her then. Wasn't paying close enough attention to that life bar, obviously. Anyway, time to go and pull the second bell. And that should open up Sen's Fortress, which will be my next destination after Ceaseless's gigantic, flaming, tentacly arse. Ceaseless isn't going to take long, and the way I do Sen's Fortress is I speedrun it. There's no getting around the wording there. Like, I speedrun Sen's Fortress. At least up to the top. Like, when I'm at the top, I sometimes do a couple of extra things, but I don't run around inside looking for anything particular. I'm not going after all the items in there. I know what I need, and with the occasional exception of the gold serpent ring, I very rarely need to do anything in Sen's Fortress beyond just run to the top. Now I'm going to go and unlock this door, although I probably won't go and chat with Monkey Face yet. There's very little point. Alright, off we go down to Ceaseless Discharge. Clear up all this lava. This is one of the 2 points in the PC version of the game that will still have frame rate problems. I love this view though. This is awesome. And you do, like, you get to go down there. This is what I love about this game, the amount of places you can look to. Like, if you look up there, that's the Tomb of the Giants, which you'll go to later on the way to Nito. I think that's the Tomb of the Giants up there. It's somewhere up around here. Obviously down there, that's where the Demon Fire Sage is. The scope of this game and the way they intertwine the levels is just... it's breathtaking. It's just such a deep game when you really get down to it. Like, the way the whole story is written in item descriptions and just around the world. Like, I know, rather I've inferred most of the story of this. I don't know if anyone can claim they know the story, but everyone's got their own, like, different speculations on what means what. But for the most part, there's consensus on some, like, key things. Like, take for example Ceaseless, who, if you read all the item descriptions, look around the levels, there is absolute reason to believe that Ceaseless is the firstborn of Gwyn, who made a bit of a mistake. It's not really defined what the mistake was, but made a bit of a mistake and got cast out of Anor Londo and is now just wandering around trying to sort of redeem himself. But the game never explicitly tells you that, it's just been inferred by everyone. Anyway, this is Ceaseless Discharge. He's a big old ugly monster. And he's lovely. He leaves you alone. He reminds me of Ludo from Labyrinth. Ludo, throw rocks. Except Ceaseless doesn't throw rocks, he throws fire. Which is arguably a lot more dangerous. But he doesn't get angry with you until you nick his sister's clothes. His dead sister's clothes. So, I've done that now. Sorry, Ceaseless. Just come down this way with me. I'm not going to do Ceaseless the proper way. I hate fighting him the proper way. It's not that it's an impossible fight, it's just, what's the point? It's not an enjoyable fight, and you can just get him over and done with... Here's the frame rate I was talking about. Yeah, you can just get him over and done with quickly and easily by cheesing him, so might as well just do that. If this is your first time ever seeing the game, up to the point of Ceaseless at least, this is a good way to do it. You just get him to follow you down here, and then wait until he grabs onto the ledge. Hit him a few times, he loses grip, and then he falls down into the chasm of death. And you get all this stuff. Well, you get some souls. So I always do Ceaseless right after Quelaag because it's a guaranteed extra 20,000 souls, and that's always useful. And that clears up the lava downstairs, so when it comes time for us to go to the Demon Ruins and Lost Isolith, we can go and do that. Because I sure as hell don't know how to do the Ceaseless skip. That exists. I advise going and finding videos of people doing it if you want to know what that is, but I sure as hell can't do it. It pretty much involves going down to the massive lava pit while Ceaseless is still alive and like somersaulting your way across bit by bit with a lot of healing. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to head back up to Firelink now. I got mad props for anyone that can do the Ceaseless skip, and the Duke skip for that matter. I can do the Duke skip, but it takes... I would say I'm accurate with the Duke skip about maybe 10% of the time. 1 in every 10 tries. Some people can get it all the time. And big up to those people. I might take it easy on strength for the time being and just put some points into vitality. But we are up to 40 dex now, so that's good. That means my dex scaling is capped out. Or at least capped out to the point where anything more would be kind of pointless. Alright, off we go to Sens. First I might... I'll go and talk to the Crestfallen Warrior. Because, as much as it's completely pointless, I like spawning his,
Maybe...
There we go, that's it done. Once he says that I might do something about it line, that's his quest line on its way to completion. There's not a lot of point in me talking to him. I'm not going to be using Pyromancy. Hello, Framped.
Ah, hello. I am the primordial serpent, king chosen undead. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment? Very well. Then I am pleased, chosen undead. So that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and up to this end, you must visit Anor Londo.
Thanks, Framped. Okay, so he wants me to go to Anor Londo and get the Lord Vessel. I already knew that. I just like staying on Framped's good side when I have time to do it. If I'm burning through the game, I won't even talk to him. I'll just get the Lord Vessel myself and then jump past him. I've never actually given the Lord Vessel to Kath, who is the other primordial serpent. Never done that. The way to do that is to get the Lord Vessel and then go straight to the Four Kings. And then once you get down to the Four Kings in the Abyss, kill them and Kath will turn up and say, "Hey, why don't you place the Lord Vessel with me? I can do something that helps you." I don't know. It's the way to get into the one of the covenants. I think it's the Gravelord Covenant. I could be wrong. Wait. No, Darkwraith Covenant, sorry. Not Gravelord. Gravelord is Nito. Anyway, we're going to rest here. Sometimes before doing Sens, I will go and get the very large ember from the New Londo Ruins and then up my weapons to plus 15. However, I'm not going to do that right now. Right, I may go a little bit quiet while I'm running through Sen's Fortress because it does require a little bit of concentration for me to get through. I haven't quite gotten to the point where speedrunning this is natural to me. I can certainly do it reliably enough, but I need to pay a little bit of attention to what's going on. I'm gonna go and rescue Logan. I'm not too bothered right now about getting the soul of a hero either. Oh, that guy's running down at me. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. She, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that bull's right behind me. That was a bit of a bad run, but I seem to have made it anyway. Okay, we're kind of past the worst of it now. This bit's reasonably straightforward. I'm going to move this just because I can. Crap! I wonder why that hit me. Normally running through... Look at that arrow in my face. It's the best nose ring of all time. Yeah, normally sprinting through there allows you to dodge those. I don't know why that didn't. Oh well. The safe way to do it, obviously, is to trigger the plate and then run through after the arrows have all fired. Okay, and that is the hard part over and done with. I dread to even tell you guys how long that took me the first time I did it. I'm sure it's the same for everyone running Sens the first time. Because learning where all of the traps are, how to counter them, while simultaneously worrying about all of the random items strewn around and all of the enemies that are pretty powerful, to be honest. These snakes are nothing to joke about. And at the bottom of the Sens Fortress, if you fall off any of those any of those ledges and survive, there's a Titanite demon or two waiting down there for you. And they can be a little irritating. There's a couple of shots. Right, next part of the plan. Kill this guy, because why not? He's not doing any double attacks, which I'm a little bit weirded out by. Oh, there we go. Right as I anticipated him not doing it. Of course. Well, I'll be honest, this is the longest it's ever taken me to kill this guy. Attack me! Come on. Oh! Was not anticipating that. I seem to be dying in places I don't normally die in this playthrough. Which is embarrassing as hell. The reason I'm killing this guy is not even necessary really, but I want to get down to Ricard, kill him, and then grab the Rare Ring of Sacrifice, because I anticipate the Duke skip is not going to work for me. So I'm going to want a Rare Ring of Sacrifice, and this is just the easiest one to get to. Alright, I'm going to bypass this guy completely. You're right up there, mate. Having a bit of a struggle with that ladder. Ah. Right then, Ricard. What's up, my man? Gonna take your rapier. Probably not gonna use it. I don't think I've ever used Ricard's rapier, actually. Apparently it's a really good dex weapon, but I just... When I play a dex build, I usually play with either a Great Scythe or a Uchigatana. A Divine Blessing I've never used before in my entire Dark Souls playthrough career. If it can even be called that. Is he still at the top? He is! Look at him lying around up there. Get away off that ladder. I need that ladder. I'm not beyond shooting you in the legs, mate. I am not above cheesing you, Mr. Knight. There we go. I told you I wasn't above cheesing you. I think we're coming up on time for this video, but I really want to get Sen's Fortress finished now that I'm up here, so what I'll do is I'll go and get the cage key, unlock that cage, which is the shortcut up and down the fortress, and then once I've got that unlocked, I'll go and fight the golem, and everything will be hunky-dory, hopefully. Am I going to summon Tarkus is the next question in my mind. He is cool for distracting the golem. There's no getting around it. I like having Tarkus there to distract him while I fight him at ranged. Woo! Sorry, mate. Don't get me this time. Is he going to drop one of his swords? No. Yeah, summoning Tarkus is a pretty nice thing to do if you're playing a ranged character or like a sorcerer or something. Without plus 15 weapons, I don't know how long the golem's going to take on my own is the thing, and the golem can be a little bit irritating. Well, I haven't got long left to decide. Alright, send that one downstairs. Oh crap! That was inadvertent. Yeah, I will, I think, go and... Where am I? Just a random little ledge? I don't know if I've ever fallen down here before. I wonder if I can attack him from down here. Oh, I totally can. His hand sticks out just enough. Oh, potential cheesing spot for this guy. Not that I'm going to stay here and do this, because that looks like it's going to take forever. Or maybe it won't. That's coming down fairly quick, actually. Maybe I will just cheese him. I'm not above cheesing some people in Dark Souls. I've done them legitimately enough times. Saves me a bit of hassle upstairs. Plus this guy drops a chunk as far as I remember. So that'll be cool. Right, let's go and fetch his chunk. Still haven't decided if I'm going to summon Tarkus. I'm thinking not. I will give the golem a straight go first time. See how that goes. I will not be fighting him with a bow and arrow though. That will not be occurring. If I can hit him enough times with the scimitar that he staggers, then I should be able to hopefully keep him in an infinite stun lock, but we will see. I totally forgot I didn't have my scimitar out. A shard from him. Right, let's go and fetch that chunk from upstairs. Get my loot. How many chunks do I have? 1. Great. Okay. Oh, that means I haven't killed the Black Knight in Undead Burg either, so that's another chunk. Alright, let's do this, Iron Golem. First time. What's up? What you got for me? He's got a grab for me. I think I'm going off the side. Oh, maybe not. Just about managed to avoid going off the side. Yeah. I'm not sure that a +10 scimitar is the way to go about this. Maybe I should reconsider coming here with a +15 weapon. I think once this is all over, I'm going to summon Tarkus and try and whoop this out now. But once I've finished up the golem, I think I might go and grind out some chunks from somewhere and get myself up to +15 on at least one of these 2 weapons. Because that is how I normally would roll around here. Of course, now I have to avoid getting invaded by people dressed up as Tarkus and so on and so forth. Not that I can avoid that, but... Oh, invaders. Trying to ruin my day. I am not built in the slightest for PvP with this character, so if someone does invade me, I am pretty much screwed. Alright, so, new strat. Remember that guy's there? That's part 1 of the strat. Summon Tarkus. Go and fetch the Iron Golem. I'll let Tarkus deal with him and just shoot him with arrows from afar, is the way I'm going to roll. Come on, Tark. So one of the cool things about the story, if you pay attention to all the objects around the world, is that Iron Tarkus is... He's already beaten the Iron Golem and gone to Sen's fortress, rather Anor Londo in his world. And he left his summoning sign there so that he could help other people achieve the same thing. And when you go to Anor Londo, you actually will find a body with all of Tarkus's gear on the floor there. So it is assumed that Iron Tarkus is still capable, because of the way this is all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Iron Tarkus is still getting summoned into people's worlds to help them, but in reality, he is dead. He died when he got to Anor Londo. Ah! We've got him stun-locked. Come on, Tarkus. We can do this together. I'm not doing much, admittedly, but you can do some work. Ah, he came out of stun lock. Ow! There we go. Tarkus doing the work. Cheers, mate. Okay, and that's the Iron Golem dealt with. Yeah, so that's the end of this episode. I think what I'll do now, whether I do it off camera or on, I haven't decided yet, but I will try and get some chunks and then upgrade at least either my bow or my sword or both. We'll see. It will require me getting the very large ember, which means I'll probably do it on video. So the next episode may be a farming episode, is what I'm basically saying. Which isn't fun, but what are you going to do? I'll probably go and beat up the stray demon while I'm at it to get another slab. That'll be cool. Alright, so until next time, I'll see you guys later. Woo!